This system that I'm going to be talking about, I've been using it over the past 3 years, and I found that it rarely fails. One of the best things about the system is that anybody can do it. It doesn't matter which kind of occupation you're in, what role you hold, what's your seniority level, whether you're working or you're not working, it works for anybody. The second thing is that it only takes 15 minutes a week to plan, which means you're not spending a lot of time getting it ready, and it's absolutely free. So the first step is going to be very simple. What you're going to do is just outline everything that you want to do. So for an example, what that looks like for me is for this week, I want to get 3 workouts done, and that is strength training. I'm currently doing Yoga by Adrian's Yoga Challenge, which involves 7 days of yoga. This is me in the yoga. And that's something I want to get done every day. So 7 times yoga. I also want to get about 4 walks during the week. And meal prep 2 times. Again, this is all going to be for the week. What you're going to do in the first step is just outline what we want our week to look like. And then in the second step, decide where everything goes. So a good way to start to think about it is to look at 2 priorities per day and only focus on that. If you are someone who has a lot of time during the day and you have a more open schedule, you could probably have a lot more tasks. But for beginners, just looking at 2 tasks a day is plenty. And even though this looks like a lot right now, when I slot it in the week, you'll see that it's not going to be more than 1 or 2 tasks per day. And that's the sweet spot for me. Along with the things that I want to do, I also try to include some side quests. So if you're familiar with Ali Abdal, he is a productivity YouTuber, and he talks about how rather than just sticking to the tasks that you have allocated for the day, you try to do something that piques curiosity. Now, it could be anything that interests you. For me, it would be going to a coffee shop once a week. I would like to go work from there. It's also learning a new software. So I'm just doing a computer, and I would like to do this twice in a week. It can be anything else that interests you. Maybe you want to learn a new language, so you can write, I want to learn a language at least 3 times a week. Or it could be something like a hobby that you want to do where you want to read more and you want to spend time doing that. So I want to read 4 times a week. Whatever it is, do something that sparks joy other than the tasks that are mainly there for your life maintenance, which is cooking, cleaning, chores, all of that. Do something that will also improve your life. So for me, I'm not really scheduling my 9 to 5 job tasks because that's something I do separately at my work. But this is just things I want to get done in my life to help my life improve or make me happy on a daily basis. Once you've put down the tasks, you can also add any events. Let's say on the 12th of this month, I have to go visit the dentist. And whatever you have upcoming, you don't have to limit yourself to the week if you want to add appointments, but anything you know that's going to come in the next week, or if you have to make any calls, I have to call Adam, you can put all of it here. So to recap, add the tasks that you want to do in the week. You don't have to worry about when you're going to slot them in yet. Add some side quests, things that bring joy. For me, that's going to a coffee shop and learning a new software. As an example I've included, you can also write about learning a new language that interests you, or a hobby like reading, and even note down any appointments. Like for me, on the 12th, I have to visit the dentist, and if you have to make any calls, you can even add that in. Once this is done, this is the first step of the process. Once this is done, if you prefer to have it on a post-it note or just visible on a notepad kept on your desk, then that's fine. You can stop here. But if you want to go to the second step, what we're going to do is move these tasks digitally. So what you've planned here now, we are going to slot them for the week. So I've written that I want to strength train 3 times a week, and I'll probably do it on a Monday, Tuesday, and a Wednesday. For yoga, it's for 7 days, which means I have to get it done all 7 days, and I'm just going to put it. Walking, I'll give myself Monday off in the walk and do Tuesday, Thursday, as I don't have any activity on Thursday, Friday, and then on the weekend. I want to meal prep twice in a week, so I'm going to put one for Wednesday and then one on the weekend. And as the things get done, you can just tick it off. I'm scheduling all of this right now. I want to go to a coffee shop one day, so I'm going to put that for Friday morning and work from there a bit. I want to learn twice a week, so I'm going to slot that in for Thursday since it looks kind of empty, and I'm going to do it maybe on the weekend. If you prefer to have a more flexible schedule where you're not blocked by timings, and maybe there are things that just develop during the day and you cannot really time block an hour or so to get anything done, then you can just leave it at this point and get back to it every single day to see what tasks you've outlined for the day and when you can accommodate them. However, if you have more time in the day, if you have a more flexible schedule, or if you have a schedule that can be time block, can be organized, then the part two of the second step is to move this digitally. So you can either use your native reminders app to add reminders for each of these events based on when you can slot them in, or you can do them on Google Calendar. Either of them are simple enough, and I'm going to show you in a bit how to get them sorted. You can customize them as per your requirements. You can add colors to them. You can do whatever that makes sense to you. Or if you feel like this is another additional step that you don't want to be getting into, then you can just focus on this. You can have the schedule laid out on your desk, or you can have it on your laptop, maybe in a sticky note app on the laptop, just have what you have to do every week. It's best to have some timings assigned to them so that things don't slip out and you don't look at your schedule maybe at the end of the day and think about, oh, you didn't get time to do this. So I would suggest adding some time to it if you can, time blocking it either via reminders or Google Calendar. If that doesn't work, if you have a very demanding life and you're not able to do it, then you can just leave it as a to-do list and look at it every morning probably to see when you get some free time to slot them in. So let's move on to organizing it on Google Calendar. If you want to create a task, let's say the workout, right? We're going to create it as a task and we're just going to say strength train, right? It's not an all-day task. I want to start on a Monday. Cool. It repeats, custom. So it repeats on, I've given Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. You can add an end date. For now, we're just going to keep this open. Done. And in the details, I could write probably Monday is biceps, Tuesday is chest, and then Thursday is legs, right? And save. So it's already added to my calendar. If I'm looking at the month view, I see what I need to do. Even if I change the views and go to week, I see what that looks like. So now the default got added at 4 p.m. They want to do it at 4 p.m. I want to start at a.m. 9. Okay, done. So the perks about having it as tasks is you can come here and click on this and then you can see what your tasks are. And you can just stay in the Google interface and have your tasks on this app itself instead of using multiple different applications, and that works as well. But the beauty about an event is, let's say I want to create an event and I want to do my yoga. So it's not all day. I probably will do it around, let's say, 7 p.m. 8 p.m. is too much. It's usually a half an hour sesh, so 7 to 7:30. I can change my color here. So let's say I want a nice calming color. I'll go for lavender, and repeats every day for now. And then I can do custom and ends on 31st of Jan, because that's when the challenge ends. Done. I don't need to add any people. I don't need to add location, description, none of that. And then if I want to go extra fancy, just look for an emoji here, yoga. There we are. And just to save. So now let's just go back to the month layout, and you see the difference. Like, you can see what you need to do for the month. You can see the days you're doing yoga, the days you're strength training, all of that, and it's just easy to kind of track. We'll do one additional event and then stop, and that would be for meal prepping. So, oops, meal prep, and then we'll add another emoji for food. Right. Okay. So I want to do this, like I said, once on a Sunday, right? So Sunday, I'd probably do this around 6 p.m. Okay, 6 to 7, we'll keep it as that. It repeats at custom. So repeat once every week on a Sunday, and then I said I want it on a Wednesday. I'm not going to end it because let's say this is the cadence I want to follow for the rest of the year. And the color, since I'm cooking, give it like a nice basil or maybe a tangerine, so it pops up. I don't need to add any people, and then I'm going to do save. And let's go to the month's view again, and there you have it. Like, you can see what needs to get done in the month, and this is a really helpful way to structure your day. It takes less than 15-20 minutes maximum if you want to get everything done from this process to this. And honestly, it has changed my life a lot since I started planning what I need to do and then putting it on this way. What I also usually do, like, I'm a very visual person. I need to keep seeing things to keep them top of mind. So on my laptop, in a sticky notes app, which stays on your screen until you exit it, I kind of just write what it is that I want to get done. And sometimes I even do my planning on that app. Like, I write this down on there and then kind of schedule it with the time slots and everything. And that's also something you can do. So if you work a lot on a computer and you want to see that, or if you want to keep it like written on a post-it or on a notepad on your desk, you can do that as well. And then you can just, tick it off. So once Thursday comes and I've finished all 3 of my workouts, I can take that. When I finish meal prepping, I can take that, my walks, etc. And then it keeps going. And you could also have this. So you get your reminders and your notifications when you have to get done. If you feel like, I don't want this extra step, I'm just going to stick to this, and that's about it, then you could probably use a reminders app. So just to give you that reminder of when these things have to happen, and then you can probably do it the morning of the day or the end of the day for the next day. I would say the balance is 80-20. So 80% of your tasks have to get done. And then for the 20%, you have some leeway. If I want to mark what that 80% is, I'll just do a star. It's the workouts, the yoga, the walks. Let's say I can put it in the 20%. The meal planning, the learning, the dentist. These are all important to me and I cannot move them around. If you've decided that you want these things to get done, they probably are important to you. So be true to yourself and get them done, and also focus on the 80-20%. So if 80% of the tasks that you've planned are done, then I would say that's a success. 20% can change. But if 50%, or like you're only able to complete 30% of what you've done, then maybe you need to look at how many items you've put. Don't try to do everything in a week and try to be super duper ultra uber productive, because you may burn out after the end of Jan, and that is not the intention of having a system like this. If you feel that this system is too simple or it doesn't work for you, if you have any questions, I'm very curious to hear from you. Please drop it down in the comments, any questions or any ideas that you have. But I've been using this for over 2 years now, and I've had no issues with it. Neither have I felt burnt out, or I felt like I've taken on a lot more than I can actually accomplish, because of the 80-20 rule and just being honest with myself about how much I can get done in the week. So thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, drop them down below. If you have some improvements to the system as well, I'd like to hear that too. And if you have a better way of doing things, or if you've done things a certain way that's worked out for you, also do let me know. Thank you so much.